Auxiliary cells around your supercell can also complicate things. Supercells need a perfect balance of inflow and outflow to become tornadic. If the storm is experiencing strong storm relative inflow, there needs to be a lot of outflow to balance that out. Where does this outflow come from? Auxiliary storms on the rear flank of the supercell. We can diagnose the degree of storm relative inflow from the hodograph, whether that's in forecast hodographs leading up to the event or in observed soundings in proximity to your supercell during the event. We talked about storm relative inflow in our last episode of this module when we discussed mini supercells. As a refresher, the storm relative inflow vector is drawn from the storm motion to the low levels of the hodograph. For this technique, we'll use the surface point on the hodograph. In this example, we have over 50 knots of storm relative inflow. That is a ton of storm relative inflow. That means that supercells in this environment are going to need a lot of auxiliary cells to provide outflow to balance out the strong storm relative inflow. On the other hand, supercells in environments with weak storm relative inflow like this one, here it's about 25 knots, don't need as many auxiliary cells to achieve that inflow-outflow balance. So what does this have to do with navigation? Well, it can make navigating around the rear flank of a storm somewhat difficult. Whether you're diverting around a storm, driving south, then east in front of a storm, or you're performing a hook slice maneuver. These auxiliary cells can make driving conditions very difficult. It can clutter the hook with more precipitation than normal, allowing visibility to decrease drastically, and therefore turning the hook slice maneuver into a very dangerous one.
Subscribe to the best deal in storm chasing. Chaser Academy, link in bio.